What's up, everyone? Steven here with TechMaker.tv. This is building a decentralized chat with aleph.im and Node JS part 20. In the last episode, we added the ability to filter out messages if the person who's posting the message is not actually in the approved list of people. So Jackson over here is actually not in our private channel. I may have that backwards. It may be the other account that's not in the private channel. In any case, we added that ability to filter. Now what we need to do is actually be able to request access and approve access. So we're going to start working on that in this video. Not 100% sure if we'll finish it, but that's the direction we're going. So let's go ahead and jump in. So what I would like to do is define a new route where I can go to /members up here. And you can see here that we're getting a... basically, we don't have that defined. So I'm going to go define that and see if we can set up some kind of basic page here. All right, so back over in index.js, we've got this app get rooms here. I'm just going to copy this and let's just go ahead and set up the HTML for that. So all I'm going to do here is just basically res.render, and we could do this a number of ways. So I just copied a little snippet from below here, and we're not going to need any of this yet, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And what we're going to do is actually call this the members index, because ultimately this page is a list of members. So again, you could do something different. You could have channels /members and have a page called members, but I prefer to kind of split these things up by sort of the entity. It's very common in Rails, for example. So we could do members here, and then we could do new file index.ejs. And now let's just check that route really quick. So we have room members. Okay, so we're gonna have to log in again probably. Yeah, and I think I'm Jackson Smith here. Okay, so let's go back over to one of our rooms here, and then let's just go to /members. And it's just blank now because we haven't put anything in that document. So let's go ahead and fix that. So what I'm gonna do, where am I? Where's the easiest thing we can copy and paste here? Well, we've got this channels index, and I'm just gonna paste this in here. So we're gonna do channel members, something like that. And basically what I want to do is kind of define maybe like a table here of each member, and basically depending on their status, we would render like a different button, for example. And you'll see what I mean in a second. So let's just kind of cut all of this, and we'll just kind of start from scratch. Yeah, let's do that. So if we come back over to our page, let's just go make sure that looks right. Okay, so channel members, yeah. So what I'm gonna do here, so what I'm gonna do is in our page up here, or in our sort of, I want to call this the controller because it's sort of the controller, but it's actually like most of the app is in this index.js thing. So I need to figure out how I want to refactor that. But what I'm gonna do is basically copy this because I think that's everything I need. And it's not quite this. What we want to do is, how do we store this? We stored refs and then request dot params. Well, we can just do room here, I think, because we've already pulled it out, right? Something like that. So remember, basically what we did is we have this channel membership object, and it naturally will have the address of the person who created it, which you get, you create it when you click the request access button or whatever. And then you have the ref it points to the room. And so it's that join object, right? So what I'm going to do is actually, I suppose I actually need to pull back the actual channel. So what we can do is say let channel object, and the naming here is like kind of confusing because we have channel, which is an Aleph deal, which we're actually not using, so I may not even need that. Let me go ahead and just get rid of that. We'll just call it channel, channel equal, and I'm gonna await here. And what I want to do is say hashes room. And this, instead of channel membership, should be channels. So I'm basically querying channels where the hash is the room. And what I'm going to do now is for the view, I'm going to render channel memberships. Okay, so you'll see why we need both of these things in a moment. But for now, let's just console log channel and let's console log memberships like that. And we're gonna have to log back in probably. Okay, cool. And then we'll go here. So if you've been following this, you'll realize that actually, you know, we're not really putting together the whole app UI and all the different things, and there's a lot of edge cases and features that we're sort of skipping, and that's sort of on purpose just because I'm not going to build this app out 100% fully. I'm just really trying to use this experience to get my head around how data modeling in Aleph should work, and then I think in some of our future stuff we'll build out some more fully thought out applications. But let's have a look at what we console logged here. Okay, so we've got our channel, which is here, private test, and then we have approved addresses, and then we've got some members here. So I should have put like a flag saying which one is which, but you can kind of tell because one of them is just this really simple deal. So this is the channel, and these are the memberships. It's weird that there's not more info on the channel, which makes me concerned in a way, but anyway, maybe that's fine. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Next thing I want to do is actually use this stuff on the front end. I'm just thinking, is there something I missed? But I don't think so. Okay, let's if we hit a problem, we will fix it, so no worries. Okay, so over here, what I want to do is build a table, and in the table I want to do a few things. I want to list the address, which in the future hopefully will switch to like username or something. I want to list the address, I want to list their current status, and I want to have a link for them to be approved, right? So what do we call this? Members. So what we need to do is basically our EJS syntax here. So we'll say, how do we do that over here? So we do members.forEach, and then we'll do member in here like this. And then this, we will put another little EJS tag around. And let's just start by going, first of all, what was in here? So we got member, let's see, we've got the item content. Okay, so what we'll do is say member data equal JSON.parse. And then it's going to be, you know what, let's do member.item content. Something like that. That's fine. And then let's just print out the member data dot address. I'm really not thrilled with my naming of things in this so far. So let's just, gotta log back in. Private, and we'll go to /members. Could not find closing tag. Yep, that's what I did. Try it again. Members is not defined. What am I sending back? Memberships. Good call. Memberships, and this gets me let member. Let's do let member. Membership data. That's okay. Save all that, and let me fix this. Memberships.forEach is not a function. Let me see what memberships is here. Okay, so let's see if yeah, okay. So I got a problem. Hold on a second. If we look back over in what we logged out over here, you'll see that we've got .posts, and I just realized I did not say .posts anywhere. Let me pull this back down. Okay, so memberships.posts like that. We may not even need that channel object in there, and I think we don't, so I'm going to go ahead and just like comment all that out. Yeah, so let's save all this. We'll have to log back in again, which is mildly annoying. And we'll go over here and go to /members. Okay, cool. So now I've got my addresses being printed out here. Okay, so what I want to do is hook all this up with a bootstrap table. And we'll just say class equals table. Then I'm going to do a row at the top with some headers in it. So we'll say address. And again, in the future, maybe we'll have like a username here. And then I'm going to have an empty one where there's going to be a button. Okay. And let's start by doing, okay, so inside of the loop, we're going to do a table row, and then we'll have 3 table cells. And I'm going to put the address up in this first one. And then here, if we look, we can see down in here. You know what? I've got too many logs going out. I just noticed I have this, but then I also have this for the channel. So I misread that earlier. Okay. So in any case, you can see that we have the address here, and we've got a status there, which is making me think I'm not 100% sure that this is going to work. Let's try this like this. Let's just go save this. Let's go refresh. And no, something went haywire. Oh, I didn't bother to put it in the table. That'll kind of off my game here today. Okay, so let's see if this does anything. Okay, so now we've at least got our table, but there's no status. So where am I pulling from? So I've got JSON parse membership.item content. Let me pull this up here. So we've got content, channel memberships, item content, address, content. So the address is here inside of item content, and then we should have .content something, right? So above, does this one have something? Yeah, so you can see here we have item content, address, which is what we called, and then content.status. Okay, so let's try that. So I expect one of them to be blank now. because I just noticed in there that it didn't have anything. So here we got a pending, right? So that's kind of what we want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an if in here, and I'm going to say if membership data content status equals pending, like that. And we need to put an opening bracket in there. And then we'll, inside of here, we'll just put like an A tag, and we're going to make it a placeholder for now. And I'm going to finish this in the next video. We'll say class equals btn primary, btn sm, and we'll say approve, like that. Okay, so let's go over here and refresh. Cool. Okay, so let's see. Then I'm just gonna add I'm gonna make this into an else, like that, and then like that. So I'm just gonna put a blank TD in here for now. So that's just kind of finishing that out. So this actually has the whole thing across. So one thing we're going to need to do, first of all, is restrict access to this page if you're not actually the moderator or the channel owner. We also probably don't want to put you in the list if you're like actually owning the channel. Like there's no reason to put you here other than, well, what we could do is actually say, here's a better idea. Let's say if, how can I do this? If membership data dot address equals, how can I do current? Let me render the user here. So we'll say user requests dot user, like that. If it's equal to the user dot address, I could be doing this wrong. So if I'm missing something, I might have to come back to this in a sec. So what I want to do is say, and then else. The syntax here is a little funny to me so far. So okay, so what I'm thinking to do is basically say, okay, if so what I'm looking at is, okay, if basically if the user who's logged in, if their address is equal to the address that I'm looping through, what I want to do here is just say maybe like creator, something like that. Could be moderator, could be whatever. Otherwise, let's do the thing we were doing. So let's go check that out and see if that works. Okay, and then we just need to go up here to /members. Okay, so now you see we have creator here, so that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna have to stop this video here. It's getting a little bit long. I think that it's gonna take me a few videos to actually get this feature fully built out. So in the next video, we'll work on approving people. We actually want to be able to approve, reject, and probably remove if somebody's behaving badly or whatever. So that'll be 2 videos probably total. And then after that, we'll probably look at how to set up accounts here and like where you have your username instead of all this stuff. So anyway, and then after that, I'm not sure. I'm kind of debating back and forth. The more I work on this, the more I think we're pretty close to having something kind of cool. So maybe we should like go ahead and push it forward a little bit more. We might pause and work on something else for a little bit and then come back, but I'm not sure yet. So stay tuned. And if you've made it this far, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.